What up, y'all? Happy President's Day. I'm about to make some ribs today. And this is my son Luke.
Dad, what's the little one?
That's the little one. First off, I'm gonna get the coals ready. So I'm just gonna put about 15 inside the slow and sear. Once I do that, once they get all gray, I'll put the other ones in. That's how I do it. You can just put them all in and put your fire starter and do it that way. Using the tumbleweed from Royal Oak. So what you want to do is when you stack your coals around your fire, make sure you don't suffocate it. Give it room to breathe, because if you suffocate it, it's gonna go out, your fire starter. Alright guys, after I trimmed up these St. Louis style spare ribs, I'm ready to get the seasoning and on. So I'm gonna start off with the binder, put a little bit of mustard on there. And when I mean a little bit, if you put too much mustard, I heard it ruins a lot. So let's just make sure you just don't overdo it whenever you put the mustard. Whenever you're seasoning it, you want to make sure you watch out for sharp bones and stuff like that. Stuff like that you want to take off and get it off. Because whenever you wrap it in foil, it's going to poke a hole through the foil. And that's not good whenever you let all that steam in. I'm going to start off with salt and pepper, always. This is kosher salt. Kosher coarse salt. And I got my black pepper coarse ground. Texas, we love our pepper.
What is wrong with you?
Try to get it evenly everywhere. You want it to look nice at the end of the cook. To me, that's very important. Presentation as well as the way it tastes. Alright. And since we're making pork, I'm going to use a sweet rub I got from HEB. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just going to get the top of it.
Not yet.
And while I'm doing all this, the fire is getting ready. So just make sure you kind of use your time wisely. You know, when I first started doing stuff like this, I would get the fire ready after I season it. Big mistake. Another thing I forgot to do. You can do it if you're making a lot. You don't need to. Like if you're making 10, 20 racks of ribs, you don't have to. It all depends on your preference. But you can take the membrane out. I'm going to do it today. And another thing is whenever you season these, you're going to put them bone side down. So make sure you season it on the back side first. So I season it on the other side. The meat side first, which I should have done it opposite. It's tight. Temp is 250. So now I'm going to pour in my hot water. The water It's gonna help keep the meat moist with the moisture in the air. You always want to put very hot water, not cold water in there. Alright, so now that's good. Put my piece of post oak in there. Today I'm going to use post oak wood. I'm going to wait to let it catch. So here goes my beautiful piece of meat. I lay it on the grill.
Dad,
Yeah, buddy.
do you know the cow and ever Chucky? Do you know the cow and ever Chucky? Whenever the guy that takes out trash, you know, whenever on Chucky, the guy that takes out trash, whenever he got kind of small, whenever you were not showing me, whenever the guy was trying to stare.
All right, so
And he didn't go in the
I got my meat on the grill. Got my thermometer right here. I'm having orange hold it. Got my piece of post oak that's lit. And now I'm gonna close it and take a look at it in an hour. All right, see you then. All right, it's been about an hour. The ribs are looking nice, pretty moist. I'm just gonna hit dry spots that I see, maybe around here, around the corner. It's all around the corners, and that's basically it. You don't want to waste too much time if it's not dry. You don't want to waste time spritzing it so much, so you just want to hit the dry spots here and there. Everything looks pretty good, and I'll see how it looks in another hour. Alright, so another hour passed by. Let's see how the ribs are looking. Alright, looking good. It's going on 2 hours now. Just gonna spritz any areas that look dry. Around that corner is dry. So far, looking good. All right, we're at 2.5 hours right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spritz them, the ribs, and then we're gonna put some barbecue sauce on it and spritz it again. All right, and you want to make sure that your barbecue sauce is kind of warm. You don't want it cold. Alright, and now what I'm going to do, make sure your hands are washed, I'm going to spread it around. And at this time, you're going to be able to see by touching if you need to make sure you bring down the temp whenever you cook, or you need to cook it higher. You can tell by feeling the meat. Anyways, so we're gonna let this chill for about 10 minutes, and then we'll do the other side. A little bit more barbecue sauce. Okay, So what I did was I got the ribs, put the meat side down on the foil. I spritzed the foil before I did that, and I put some more sauce on there. So now I'm gonna wrap it. So what we're gonna do is start off on this side. And you're gonna follow your hands around like that. Same thing with the other side. Go along with the crease. Just follow your hands along like that. Get that tight seal. I had to put more coals in there. That's what I was doing. So, alright. Alright, that's it. Now I'm gonna put it back on the pit and wait till it gets tender. Thing I need to tell y'all guys is I've been cooking around 250, 240 the whole time. That's the temp I was cooking at, so just to let y'all know. Alright, so they've been cooking about 5 hours now. Let's take a look. They've been wrapped up for at least 2 hours. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feel them, see how tender they are. You can, if you feel the right way, you can notice. Yeah, they're tender. But just to be sure, what you can always do is, just to be sure, you can always put a toothpick and just poke it for a tenderness. So it's done. I can tell, I can feel it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it rest for about 12 minutes, and then after that, I'm gonna open them up. All right. This is what a good rib does. You want it to stay on the bone, but yet take it off so easily.